So in the last session, so we covered about what is the main method, prototype of main method, I mean syntactical things we covered, and then we went up for overloading, inheritance, and overriding. These concepts are applicable for main method or not. Up to that we covered already, right? Now the next terminology, in the 1.7 version, there are some enhancements came. In the 1.7 version, there are some enhancements came related to main method. So what enhancements came? Almost half an hour let me talk about these enhancements, right? A bit important. Okay, from 1.7 version onwards, there is a special significance is there for the main method. Okay, this most of the programmers are misusing the role of main method. Special significance came for the main method, right? What is that special significance? Let me explain. Here just observe, there are multiple examples I will cover. For every example there should be some conclusion. That's why make sure you should aware. Sir, I am taking a simple class test. Sir, I am taking a simple class test. Okay, like this I am taking class test. Until 1.6 version. Until 1.6 version. What we did until 1.6 version, what we did, how the behavior of this class. Now observe, in the 1.7 version, how the behavior, you should have clarity, right? Sir, in the 1.6 version, Java C test.java, is it valid or not? Valid, no problem at all. Now I am taking Java test. Now I am taking Java test. Sir, can you please run test class? But a test class doesn't contain main method. Then immediately we will get runtime exception saying no such method error. No such method error. No such method error colon main. Are you getting? If the class doesn't contain main method, then we will get runtime exception saying no such method error colon main. But in the 1.7 version, the scenario is different. Okay, this is, now let me compile Java C test.java. Java C test.java. The code compiles fine, no problem at all. But Java test, if the class doesn't contain main method, instead of no such method error, we will get more meaningful error information. Are you getting right? More meaningful error information. Error colon main method. Can you please read Anna? Main method not found. Main method not found in class test. Main method not found in class test. So please, have you observed? JVM is a very respectable person. Please declare main method yes. Please declare main method yes. Yeah, public static void main string array args. Public static void main string array args, like. Are you getting? So until 1.6 version, we are getting what? No such method error if the class doesn't contain main method. But from 1.7 version onwards, more meaningful error information by default we are going to get instead of no such method error. Are you getting? Is it a change in the 1.7 version or not? Is it enhancement in the 1.7 or not? Yes, more meaningful. Main method not found in class test. Please define main method. Yes, public static void main string array args, like just like for innocent people, how information JVM is providing in the same style. A programmer main method not found. Please define the main method. Yes, is nothing but like it is telling what is the required signature for the JVM, right? Okay. Now let me show anyway, right? Yeah, just observe this one. Sir, I'm using which version of Java? Java version like 1.7. Actually this is so what I will do, 1 minute, let me open two command prompts. Here see program files Java JDK 1.6 bin is nothing but like So this is, so for regular command prompt, set path is equal to, set path is equal to 1.6 version. Now this is our regular command prompt. Now which version of compiler I am using? Which version of compiler? 1.6 version. Which version of JVM I am using? 1.6 only. Okay, because I changed the path, 1.6 version, right? Are you getting? So this one, white background and the red colors is nothing but 1.6 our regular command prompt. Now let me open one more command prompt. Yes sir, yes sir, this is black background and what that one is nothing but white letters. Assume this one is 1.7 version. Let me set the path for 1.7 version also. Here program files Java JDK 1.7 bin is nothing but like in my system both versions are there. Okay, now let me go for black screen. Set path is equal to 1.7 bin. Now anyway here just observe this one, Java C hyphen version. This one is which version? 1.7 version. Are you getting? 1.7. Next Java hyphen version. Which version? 1.7 version. Is it clear, right? Okay, now let me go for a small demo program, right? Okay, here I am taking, just observe test. Sir, class test, that's all. Main method not there. Class test, that's all. Let me our regular 1.6 version, Java C test.java. The code compiles fine. Next Java test, exception in the thread main, java.lang. No such method error colon main. Are you getting? Until 1.6 version, java.lang no such method error colon main, like we are getting. But let me run in the 1.7 version. Let me run in the 1.7. This one is the 1.7, you know. Java C test.java. Happily the code compiles fine, no problem at all. Java test. Do you know what will happen here? Error. Can you please read an error colon main method not found in class test, comma please define the main method. Yes, please define the main method. Yeah, public static void main string array accept. Are you getting? From 1.7 version onwards, instead of no such method error, we will get runtime more elaborated error information by default. Is it clear for all of you? Okay, this is the first enhancement related to main method in 1.7 version. First keep submitting 1.7 version enhancements. 1.7 version enhancements with respect to main method. 1.7 version enhancements with respect to main method. Okay, yeah, at the point. Until 1.6 version, if the class doesn't contain main method, until 1.6 version, if the class doesn't contain main method, then we will get runtime exception. Saying no such method error colon main. We'll get runtime exception saying no such method error colon main. No such method error colon main. No such method error colon main. Next para. But from 1.7 version onwards, instead of no such method error, from 1.7 version onwards, instead of no such method error, we will get more elaborated Elaborated means more description, more elaborated error information, more elaborated error information, elaborated error information, error information. Are you getting that? Okay, this say take example, class test, example class test, class test. Okay, next 1.6 version Java C test.java, 1.6 version Java C test.java, 1.6 Java C test.java. Next in the 1.7 sorry 1.6 Java C test.java, Java test, Java test. No such method error colon main, no such method error colon main, colon main, no such method error colon main, main, no such method error colon main, main, like this. Is it clear for all of you, right? Okay, now we have 1.7 version, 1.7 version Java C test.java, 1.7 version Java C test.java, Java C test.java. Now Java test, Java C test.java, Java test, Java test. Error main method not found, M capital, main method not found in class test, main method not found in class test, class test. Please define, please define, please define, 1 minute, 1 minute, 1 minute, please declare or define, please define, please define, please define, define the main method as, please define main method as, please define main method as public static void main string array args. Please define the main method as public static void main string array args, public static void main string array args. Are you getting that? So there is some change in the 1.7 version. Are you getting right? 1.6 version behavior, 1.7 version behavior, there is a small change is there. Now next one, make sure, let me go for one more example and one more conclusion, right? Here legend. Sir, class test. Sir, I am taking same class test. Okay, here see. Class test. Within that, I am taking static block, class test, static block, static block. Within the static block, here I am taking system.out.println, static block, system.out.println, static block, like I am taking that. Sir, static block like this I am taking, this is my code. Sir, in the 1.6 version, how the behavior? In the 1.7 version, how the behavior? You should aware, right? Okay, 1.6 and 1.7 version. In the 1.6 version, you know, not required to keep much explanation. Java C, Java C test.java. Is the code is going to compile or not? Yes, perfectly the code compiles fine. Java C test.java. Next, Java test, Java test. Sir, here see, first identification of static members, execution of static variable assignments and static blocks. Now first, what is the output we are going to get? Static block will be executed, static block, and then execute main method, execute main method. But the main method is there or not? Not there. That's why immediately runtime exception, no such method error, no such method error column main is nothing but line. So if static block is there, first static block will be executed and then JVM searches for main method. But the main method, is it there or not there? Not there. That's why no such method error colon main. First static block followed by no such method error, right? But now I will ask 1.7 version. So let me compile Java C test.java. Is it going to compile or not? Yes, compiles fine, no problem. Sir, Java test, like I'm taking Java test. Now observe. So I will ask 1.7 version JVM. Alright, 1.7 version JVM. Can you please run my test class? Can you please run my test class? Immediately JVM will ask only one. Durga, I can run, but first let me know your test class contain main method or not. Array, main method is not there, but static block is there. Main method is not there, static block is there. Can you please execute until static block? That thing is enough. Then 1.7 version JVM is going to tell Durga, if the main method is not there, then I can't start my program execution. First let me know whether your class contain main method or not. If the main method is not there, then I can't run. Directly JVM is telling, sir, don't mind, I can't start execution. Immediately it's going to provide same information. Error, main method not found in class test. That's all. Comma please define and so on is the same thing only, right? So to run Java program from 1.7 version onwards, main method is mandatory. Are you getting? Your total functionality define inside a static block. So under then ignore main method. This type of programmers is nothing but mistake. In the 1.7 version got corrected. Okay, this is. If you want to define some programming logic, keep main method as a mandatory. But from 1.7 version onward, main method is mandatory to start program execution. Is it clear? Even though class contains static block, if the main method is not there, is it going to execute or not? It won't be executed from which version onwards? 1.7 version onwards. Clear for all of you, right? Okay, add. From 1.7 version onwards, main method is mandatory. From 1.7 version onwards, main method is mandatory. Mandatory to start the program execution. Main method is mandatory to start the program execution. Hence, even though class contains main method, if the class doesn't one minute, there is a small mistake. Even though class contains a static block, even though class contains a static block, even the class contains a static block, it won't be executed if the class doesn't contain main method. If the class doesn't contain main method, that's all. Completed, right? Okay, take this example now. So from 1.7 version onwards, main method is mandatory to start program execution. Take this one, class test. I'm taking static block within the SOP of static block. Class tester, static block, SOP of static block. Next 1.6 version, Java C tester.java. Valid Java test. What is the output? By default we are going to get Java test. The output is a static block. Output itself is a static block. Completed, right? For the output we are going to get a static block like. That's all. Completed, right? Java test static block, runtime exception, no such method error colon main. In the 1.7 version, Java C tester.java valid Java test. Java C tester.java valid Java test. error, main method not found in class test. Main method not found in class test. Main method not found in class test. In class test like this. Completed, right? That's what you have to identify, right? Okay. Next, concept is the same example. Let me do a small change. Now completed, right? Now let me make a small change. Here observe. Sir, I am taking system.out.println static block. My execution is enough. JVM, don't search for main method. I have to spell out. That's why system dot exit of 0 I am taking. Sir, system dot exit of 0 I am taking like class test system dot exit of 0. System dot exit of 0 means what? Shut down the JVM. Exit the system. Shut down the JVM. Now the program execution will be stopped. JVM won't continue further. Now listen. In the 1.6 version, now observe. Java C test.java. Java C test.java. Compile or not? Yes. But if I can take Java test, execute static block and then main method. But static block, what is the output we are going to get here? Static block. Output is what? Static block. Output is a static block. But here see, output is what? Static block. And the JVM will be shut down. If the JVM will be shut down, then automatically, so it won't search for the main method. Simple, the program will be stopped with this one only. Are you getting? Is it normal termination or abnormal termination? Normal termination, because there is no exception. But in the 1.7 version, I have to run Java C test.java. Java C test.java. Do you know? Is it valid or not? Yes, valid. Now I am asking, hey, 1.7 version JVM, can you please run my program? Okay, 1.7 version JVM, can you please run? Immediately 1.7 version JVM is going to tell, Durga, do you have the main method or not? Array, main method is not there, but beautiful static block is there. Okay, this. Then JVM is going to tell whether your class contains static block or not. If it doesn't contain main method, sorry, I can't start my execution. Like immediately JVM is going to raise error information. Error saying main method not found. Main method not found in class test. Are you getting? Come on, please define and so on is the same terminology right at this point. Example 2. Take clearly. So in the 1.6 version, 1.7 version, with respect to main method, there is a small difference is there. What is that difference? You people should have clarity, right? Completed, right? Class test static block. What is the output we are going to get? Static block system.exit of 0. Next 1.6 version. Java C test.java. Java test. Static block will be there. And even here also like take. So from 1.7 version onwards, main method is mandatory. 1.7 version onwards, main method is mandatory to run a program execution or to start program execution. Okay, completed. This is the small enhancement which came in the 1.7 version. Completed, right? Now, most of the people may rise, okay, may have some doubt in your mind. Let me clarify that also. Completed, right? So most of the people with this knowledge, they frame some wrong information in your mind. That's why let me correct that also. Here see, sir, I'm taking class test. Sir, take special care, class test. Here I'm taking static block system.out.println. Static block is there. No, static block is there. Next, the public static void main method. Public static void main method, string array args. Public static void means string array args. Here system.out.println main method is there. Have you observed? Static block is there, main method is there. Both main method I am taking. Now observe in the 1.6 version how the behavior. In 1.7 version how the behavior. In the 1.6 version Java C test.java. Is the code is going to compile or not? Yes. Yes. Now I am taking Java test. Java test. Can I spell out? What is the output we will get now? Correct. Static block followed by main method. Not required to keep any explanation. Static block followed by main method. But in 1.7 version, Java C test.java is the valid or not? Yes, Java C test.java is the valid. Now I am taking Java test. Java C test.java valid. Now I am taking Java test. Can you tell what is the output we are going to get? Yes, static block followed by main method. Is the same answer? Version to version there is a difference is there. I mean, especially main method with respect to main method there is a difference. Okay. Now whenever I will ask 1.7 version JVM, can you please run my program? Immediately 1.7 version JVM will ask only one thing. Durga, do you have the main method or not? Yes, boss. I have main method. Oh, no problem. Then I will start my execution, right? But there is no change in execution order. Order is the same, whether 1.6 or 1.7, but only one condition check extra. What that condition check extra is, class should contain main method. If the main method is there or not, one condition extra. If the main method is there, normal flow. If a main method is not there, rise error information, right? That's why, what is the output by default you are going to get? Static block followed by main method. Even though importance is there for the main, but there is no change in the execution order. Execution order is always static block followed by main method only. Just one condition check extra. What is that condition check extra is main method there or not. If the main method is there, normal flow. Main method is not there, rise error information, right? Clear for all of you, right? Add. Take this example, right? Static block, take whether it is the 1.6 version or 1.7 version, so same output. Why this type of main method checking is the mandatory? Most of the people are misusing static block. Main method code also they are taking inside static block. At last they will keep system.exit of 0 and they are removing main method. That's why don't misuse a static block. Main method job, main method only. Static block job, static block only. Main method job also place inside static block, and then system.exit of 0 is nothing but they are trying to remove main method. That's why importance came for the main method from 1.7 version onwards. Completed, right? Please define main method. Yes. Okay. Clear, right? Java C tested out Java like this is the output by default we are going to get anyway. So in the 1.6 version, how the flow, 1.7 version, how the flow. Just let me explain one small, just a diagrammatic approach. Here, if it is the 1.6 version, you know, in the 1.6 version, how the flow is there. Okay. First step here, identification of static members. Identification of static members. Static members. Okay, this is next. Execute static block. Execute static block. Execute static block under static variable assignments. Static variable assignments. Static variable assignments. And after that, check for main method. Check for main method. Check for main. Check for main method. So if it is there, if available, what we have to do? Execute main. Execute main method. Are you getting? So not available, then runtime exception, no such method error, colon main. That's all. Simple. But first anyway, static block, identification of static members, execute static block variable assignments on static blocks, and then check for main. If the main is there, execute. Main not there, raise the runtime exception. First anyway, static block got executed, right? But in the 1.7 version, the behavior is different. Okay, 1.7 version. Okay, first identification of static members. Sir, it is the 1.7 version. First activity, identification of static members. So total how many static members are there? Are you getting? Or otherwise identification of static members, or otherwise simple. So check for main method only directly, and then we can start execution, right? Okay. Now check for main method. Check for main method. So if the main method is available, if it is available, okay, this if it is available, then what you can do? Okay, here see, identify all static members. Identification of static members, and then first main method will be identified, and then identification of static members, execution of static variable assignments, under static blocks. Execution of static variable assignments under static blocks, and then what? Execute main method. Execute main method. Sir, if it is not available, if it is not available, now, okay, here error, raise error information. Main method not found in class test. Main method not found class test. Please define the main method as public static void main method, string array args. Are you getting that? Okay, this is, make sure you should aware right. Okay, take both. In the 1.6 version of the flow, in the 1.7 version of the flow, you should have clear clarity. 1.6, identification of static members, execute static blocks, and static variable assignments, static blocks and static variable assignments, and then check for main, and then check for main method, check for main method, check for main method. Next, is it available or not available? If it is available, execute main. Not available, raise runtime exception. No such method, error colon main. Available, execute. Not available, raise runtime exception. No such method, error colon main. No such method, error colon main. Like we have. Are you able to understand right? Completed, I hope. And then 1.7 version. Check for main method. Check for main method. If it is available, error. Main method not found in class test. Please define the main method as public static void main string array args. Next, here also identification of static members, execution of static variable assignments and static blocks, and then execute main. Execution of static variable assignments and static blocks. Execute main method, right? Execute main. Like we have clear clarity. Can I complete it right? Execute main method. So 1.6 version, 1.7 version. Observe clearly. Error main method not found in class test. Please define the main method as public static void main string array args. Completed. Okay. Clear, right? That's all. This is what enhancement in 1.7 version with respect to main method. That's all. So total main method syntax, prototype, next overloading, overriding, inheritance concepts, next and after that 1.7 version enhancements with that. Now one small question I want to cover. Now with this knowledge you can tell, without writing main method, is it possible to print some statements to the console? Yes, by using static block. But this rule is applicable until 1.6 version. From 1.7 version onwards, not possible. Okay, add. Better to take question form. Without writing, question form. Without writing main method, without writing main method, without writing main method, is it possible, is it possible, is it possible to print some statements to the console? Without writing main method, is it possible to print some statements to the console? Is it possible to print some statements to the console? Is it possible to print some statements to the console? To the console? Is it possible to print some statements to the console? To the console? Can you spell out? What is the answer? Yes, by using static block, but this rule is applicable until 1.6 version. From 1.7 version onward, impossible. Okay, add. Yes, yes, by using, yes, by using static block. Yes, by using static block. By using static block, but this rule is applicable. But this rule is applicable. But this rule is applicable until 1.6 version. But this rule is applicable until 1.6 version. Until 1.6 version. But from 1.7 version onwards. But from 1.7 version onwards. 1.77 version onwards. It is impossible. 1.7 version onwards, it is impossible to print some statements to the console. It is impossible to print some statements to the console. It is impossible to print some statements to the console. Impossible to print some statements to the console. Console without writing main method. Without writing main method. Without writing main method. That's all.